Tax existed before money, before banks, before modern governments, and yet it is one of the most powerful ideas ever created. This is the story of how tax was born, how it shaped civilizations, and why the world still depends on it today. Long before cities and kingdoms, humans lived as hunters and gatherers. There were no rulers, no laws, and no taxes. But everything changed when people began to settle. Around 3000 BCE in ancient Mesopotamia, farming communities grew into cities. With cities came new problems: roads to build, armies to feed, and food to store for the future. Rulers asked a simple question: how can everyone contribute to the survival of the society? The answer was tax. Not paid with money, but with grain, livestock, and labor. Farmers gave a portion of their harvest. Workers gave their time. This was the world's first tax system. In ancient Egypt, taxation became highly organized. The pharaoh owned the land, and farmers paid taxes with crops. Scribes carefully recorded harvests, tracking who paid and who didn't. These taxes funded irrigation systems, temples, and massive monuments. Even the Great Pyramid were built through tax-funded labor. As empires expanded, taxation spread. In ancient China, citizens paid taxes in crops, silk, and forced labor. This supported armies, public officials, and monumental projects like the Great Wall. In ancient Greece, the poor were lightly taxed. The wealthy, however, were required to fund warships, festivals, and public buildings, an early form of progressive taxation. Then came Rome. The Roman Empire introduced property taxes, trade taxes, and poll taxes. These taxes built roads, aqueducts, and one of the strongest armies in history. But when taxation became excessive, unrest followed. Rome learned the hard way that unfair taxes could weaken even the greatest empire. During the Middle Ages, kings used taxes to fund wars and royal lifestyles. People grew tired of being taxed without a voice. In 1215, English nobles forced King John to sign a Magna Carta. It declared the taxes could not be imposed without consultation. For the first time, taxation was tied to representations. Centuries later, this same idea sparked another rebellion. In 1776, American colonists revolted against British taxation under one powerful message: no taxation without representation. A nation was born because of tax. As the modern world emerged, taxation evolved again. Governments began taxing income, businesses, and consumption. Taxes funded schools, hospitals, roads, and national defense. What began as survival became a system of national development. So, who invented tax? No single person. Tax was not discovered, it evolved, created independently by civilizations that understood one truth: a society cannot function without shared contribution. Today, tax continues to shape our lives. It pays for security, education, healthcare, and infrastructure. When used wisely, tax builds nations. When abused, history shows it can spark resistance and revolution. Tax has never just been about money. It is about power, responsibility, and the relationship between the people and those who govern them. The next time you hear the word tax, remember you're not just paying money. You're participating in a system that has shaped human civilization for thousands of years.